Alright, for number 10, this is definitely being done on the calculator. You are not going to be expected to do any of this by hand, although we can do some of it by hand. So for example, which direction does it open? Remember, that's about this A value, and since this number is positive, we already know that this is opening up. Okay, and we know one other piece of information from here without really doing, actually we know several things, without actually doing anything. So if you recognize that this is in vertex form, you can actually see the vertex without using the calculator, right? So it's going to be, this is the x-coordinate and this is the y-coordinate of the vertex. It's the opposite sign of this one, so it's going to be 5.21, and then it's the same sign as this one, so -4. So the vertex is going to be 5.21, -4, which means the axis of symmetry is x equals 5.21. Now to find these, we're going to have to do some work, either algebraically or on the calculator, but if we're told to use a calculator, if we're using it as a tool, make sure that we are using it. That's what it's there for. It's to help you do things. So let's go first, just go to y equals, and let's enter this equation. So 0.274, you want to enter it just exactly the same way that it appears. Okay, and then we will hit graph. Now if your graph doesn't show this standard window, you can always hit zoom, and then go down to number 6, which is zoom standard. And then it'll take you to that standard window. Alright, so you can see the y-intercept there, and then we have 2 x-intercepts, and we can calculate that vertex as well just to double check on it. If we want to calculate things, we need to go into this calculate menu. It's in yellow right here, so we're going to hit second and then calculate. Let's see, if we want to calculate the y-intercept, we just want to calculate a value of the function. So hit value, and it's asking you for an x value. Well, what is the x value at the y-intercept? If you want to be right here, well, your x value is 0. So you want to know what is the value of the function when x is 0. 3.437. Notice right here it says give 3 decimal places. So we're going to give 3 decimal places to this number since it has more than 3. So we're going to say the y-intercept is the point 0. Remember, x was 0. X was 0. 3.437. So the y-intercept is 0, 3.437. Again, we're going to calculate a different thing now. So we want to now calculate, and we want to calculate a 0 of the function. That's the same thing as an x-intercept. So it's going to ask you, are you on the left of the 0 that you're trying to calculate? Well, if we're trying to calculate this one, that cursor is on the left. So we're going to hit enter and say, yes, we're on the left. Now it wants you to go to the right of it. We are not on the right of this one, so we have to go over. Notice we're going to actually cross the x-axis, so we're on the other side of it, and now I am to the right of this x-intercept. It has to know where to look for it's looking for a sign change. So it has to know where to evaluate the function to look for that 0 or that x-intercept. So you have to be on one of them on one side of it and one of your bounds on the other side. So you're going to hit enter here. It's going to say, is this, it shows you these little arrows, is this where you want me to guess between? Say enter yes, and so it's telling you that that 0 is 1.3890. So this x-intercept is 1.3890, and we can do the same thing to find the other one. We'll just get a little bit closer to it. So I am on the left of it. I'm just getting closer to it so the calculator has less to sort through. So I'm on the left of this x-intercept. Hit enter. Now go to the right of it. Remember, it's looking for a sign change, so get above the x-axis. So now I'm to the right of it. It's showing you the arrows. Do you want me to guess in this little interval? Yes, please. And so this 0, or x-intercept, is at 9.03. We're going to round that to a 1. 9.0310. If you wanted to check the vertex, or for example, if you're doing number 9, and you couldn't see the vertex from it, and you want to calculate the vertex, this vertex happens to be a minimum point. So to calculate this vertex, we want to calculate the minimum rather than the maximum. If it had been opening down, we would be calculating the maximum. But for this one, we're going to calculate the minimum. Now, it's going to ask you the same left bound, right bound, but we want to be of this point right here. So let's get to the left of the vertex. Hit enter. Now go to the right of the vertex. Hit enter. Do you want me to guess in that interval? Yes. So the minimum value is 5.210, negative 4. 5.210, negative 4. Exactly what we had when we used this equation.